All right, so we're in Telegram. Let me paste my invoice right here. So then we're going to execute the workflow, which is then going to download the file that we just sent. We're going to use an OCR API to scrape the data from the image and the file. We then parse it into text. Then we upload it to our database. And then we download the file from the database to then upload it to your Google Drive. And then we get the invoice agent to also send back a reply that looks a bit like this. Thank you for submitting. The total amount for that invoice is $7,200. There's some contact information if you have a problem. Pay within 30 days to avoid late fees. And then it says we are added to the database here. So when we open it, looks exactly like this. This was a previous test earlier. And then we get the invoice number, the date, the total amount, billing address, the due date, and also some notes regarding the project. This was just the product description of the invoice. And you can see it also got populated right here into our database in Google Drive. So let me break down exactly how it works. Here's exactly how this workflow works. So basically the trigger is a new incoming message to a specific bot I created. Then we download that specific file that we just received through the trigger, which is again comes out as data, the file name, the size. So that is the output that we want, that we just got. Then we go onto OCR. I created a free API key on there. I will have to blur it, obviously, right here, but exactly, you post the image to their API, then you get back the output, which is the parsed text, which is basically what the invoice is about. Then by using the parsed text, we parse specific information within the full text, which here we just want invoice number, invoice date, the due date, the total amount, the billing address, and the notes. So once we have that, we then download the same file that we just uploaded to the database right here with the exact same fields that were previously mapped and are the same as the one right here. These are all the fields that we're looking at: notes, due date, billing address, total amount, date, and invoice number. So then once we get back the file right here, we then upload it to our Google Drive, which is going to look exactly like this. Invoice, and if we click there, we have the exact invoice that is added to the database. So you get the invoice database in the Google Sheet with all your invoices, and then you also get a folder with all your existing PDF or files of invoices. Then once that's done, we set the invoice information so it only gives us that. And then we use the invoice agent to then prompt and have exactly generate a response back to us using ChatGPT. And this is the prompt message. You're an efficient invoice assistant that extracts key information from invoices and generate concise user responses. Thanks the user for submitting an invoice. Extract the total amount, the invoice, include the file name, provide the link to the invoice database, and then start off by thanking the user for submitting an invoice. Respond clearly and concisely to help user quickly understand their invoices detail and access the database if needed. Example, this is exactly what we are going to get back. This is the output, and then we just send back the message exactly like this, which is the text and the response that you see exactly right here. Thanks for submitting. The total amount of the invoice is $7,232, and this is the due date. These are the notes associated. Pay within 30 days to avoid late fees. For question, contact X, Y, and Z company or call us. The original invoice has been added to your Google Drive, and you can access the database here. So once I click there, I go directly to here where all my invoices are, and that's it. That is the system all broken down. So If you want to save some time with your inbox management, or just simply by organizing all your invoices and upcoming invoices coming in, so it is very clear, you have all the dates, and you also have a file with all of your physical copy or the PDF of your invoices. So everything is neat and organized all at the same place, and you don't have to do anything. You basically just send your assistant, the invoice agent assistant, well, I guess you could say this workflow, and then you just get this type of response and everything is done for you, uploaded. You don't have to do anything manual. You just send your file to him and he does the rest for you. So if that's something interesting and you'd like to set it up for you, just comment down below invoice or book a call directly with me and my team, and we'll set it out for you and discuss. Thanks.